Welcome to Tehachapi, the City of Tehachapi's podcast, where we share conversations with local leaders, business owners, and community members. Don't miss an episode. Be sure to follow and subscribe to learn something new and discover ways to get involved in our community.
Welcome to Tehachapi. Today we have Clare from the Chamber. And Clare, you brought someone in with you.
Yes, I did. Today I brought Jeff LaMonte from Nations Lending. He's the Business Development Manager and Personal Mortgage Advisor for Nations Lending here in Tehachapi.
Jeff, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Love it to be here. Love it.
So what is new in the world of lending?
I would say turmoil, which, I mean, the markets tend to do their thing, but we get a lot of focus on us when we see things like the interest rates and inflation and what's going on with prices. It all tends to relate to, well, what's going on with our interest rates, Jeff? Can we buy? Can we refinance? Is there anything to do? Is there any hope? So it's all about trying to level set people and keep them at ease, knowing that there's still work to be done.
Absolutely. For the people who are interested in buying homes in Tehachapi, where should they start? Because I know it's very fun to just jump onto Zillow and be like, yes, I think I can make that happen. But it might be a good idea to hit a few people up first. Is that right?
100%. And I selfishly get to say this, but that's okay. It's a good idea to start with the lender, only because it helps make sure that we're addressing any issues that could be out there, credit related, income related. It's not quite as easy as folks tend to think it is when they fill out an online app from somebody that you'll never meet in person, and all of a sudden the truth is revealed that it's just not going to happen. So we want to make sure that we're doing a good thing before everybody starts getting those hopes up and finding that dream property that is then out of reach.
And it's so important, the work that you guys do, making sure that, like you said, the past credit stuff is copacetic, everything is moving the direction that the lenders are going to want to see. And that's really kind of the positive of having someone in town, local, that you could sit down with and break out the shoebox and be like, hey, here's
Correct.
what I'm working with.
Correct. And I always say it's not about if I see you at a grocery store or at a gas station, it's when I see you. And I have to behave and I have to do a very, very good job because I don't want to run from you if you didn't like what I did. So I've got a built-in responsibility.
Which is a good thing to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and I can say I don't think Jeff is ever hiding anywhere he goes.
Never.
For mortgage lending, let's say that you bought a house a few years ago, like maybe a few people in this room might have, and let's say that they're interested in refinancing. What are those people needing to know right now before they jump into the process?
Yeah, really it comes to the benefit and the return. I mean, there is a cost to refinancing. So when you see the rates coming down, the first thing is to make sure you understand what down means. So when the media and all the social media and all these, I'll say they're fun people. I'm using other words in my head, but the people that are out there saying, oh, the rates are plummeting, and that means it went from 6.49 to 6.46. That is their plummet, and it means absolutely nothing to the individual. So making sure that the actual change is a benefit. And so if it's going to make a cost to you to refi, how long is it going to take for you to recoup? Because we don't want that to be extended out for another 5 or 10 years to recoup the cost of that refi. It's got to make sense.
What other services would a mortgage lender provide that someone might not immediately think about?
That's a great question. So I've got this like a drawer full of the answers of I'm not a this, but I'll tell you what my life's experiences have been. So I can't speak as the expert. So I'm not a CPA, but I'll tell you what some of the rules that I've had to follow in my experience. I'm not an insurance broker, but I'll tell you what I've seen and I'll tell you what they're going to be looking for. So that type of experience and just relation to the industry, we're out there looking for financial direction that we can provide, insurance direction when people have insurance canceled. Now, what do I do? We can absolutely help with that, all the way down to, in our case, we actually service our loans. And so people that come back a few years later and say, well, hey, my impound account changed or my payment changed, how come? We can actually walk them through and show them exactly where those changes occurred. So it's that upfront, during, and obviously the post service that we can offer.
And you guys stay pretty on top of the market. You guys have a finger on the pulse. I am in your newsletter group, and there's really good insight there. How would someone jump onto your newsletter?
Yeah, so it's great. Obviously, you can be a past customer, so when you get your loan done, you're going to be in my database. That we try to make a meaningful database. I'm not here to just destroy your inbox with a bunch of fluff and not worthy information, but it's designed to help. So you obviously are going to get a loan. You're going to be on there automatically, but anybody can reach out via our Facebook page, in Instagram me directly, come in, text me a number, and I can add them to that information database. So they're constantly getting those updates.
And we talked about residential, but I know you also help businesses and business lending, and like when a business wants to try to purchase a building or something like that. What are some resources and help that you can provide businesses?
Yeah, so they become very particular. Some of the investors that we use, so obviously we're a residential lender, but when we have some of these slight variants of a purchase, so land, bare land, it's not a residential yet, it could be. There's sometimes multi-use where you have a combination of commercial and housing. Those are fun. And then when it comes to the straight commercial, we have investors that will branch out and support us in that. They also have their own parameters, minimum and maximum project sizes, the intent for business plans and things like that. And if it's not something we can offer, then we have a very good connection with some of the local regional banks down in Bakersfield that we partner with to make sure that the best deal is got.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
How do land sales go? This comes from a complete place of ignorance, but also curiosity.
So the kind of one of the premises of land loans is they're a little bit harder to get because the asset or the collateral that is securing that loan is kind of like dead. It's innate. It's land. It's dirt. It doesn't have income producing ability typically, so it is a little bit more risk. And so when you're going after land, sometimes it's we see in Bear Valley, people want to buy 5 acres on the top of the mountain, not ever to step foot on it, but they want the amenities, and it's the cheapest way to get the amenities. So be it, not for me to judge. Some want to build in the future, so they buy it now. When they get there, then they'll be able to do their own custom home on it. So we finance. We like to have right around about $100,000 to $125,000 lot sizes that we finance. But the biggest solution that we've found, and I've actually done a couple of these this year so far, pulling equity out of a current home, using that for the cash on the purchase of the land for the future. So you're buying that land today for tomorrow's use with your current equity.
And the house itself that you're using as the equity line has an income producing capability in comparison.
Correct. There you go. And less risk. So therefore your terms are going to be a little bit better when you do it that way. So definitely options.
Interesting.
We're getting some insider tips here. Well, I want to say, like, Nations Lending has been just a wonderful supporter of the community, and you've always been very devoted and involved in the community, and like from supporting local events to volunteering to just being there, right? What brought you to Tehachapi, and how long have you been here?
Yeah, so it's one of those stories where the old timers. I'm not part of the old timers group yet. I don't get invited. I don't have the gray enough hair. But I moved here with my family in 1981. So I was 8 years old in Bear Valley. Bear Valley had one bus that took all grades, K through 12, and we didn't even fill it. This is where I start sounding like the old guy, the one stoplight town. There was no fast food. It was a small, just a really quaint town. We moved up from Orange County. So some would say culture shock, but at 8 years old, I was still playing in the dirt, riding my bike and building jumps. So it didn't matter where I was and what county I was in. This was awesome place to grow up in. So second generation lender following my dad's footsteps. He started doing mortgage lending when we moved here. So after he kind of aged himself out and retired, I stepped right back in and just kept that going. But just love this area and just makes it my own.
We moved up from LA.
Yes.
And around the same time, I think I was 9 years old when we got up here, moved out to Bear Valley. Very much, it felt a little bit like a culture shock because we went from being able to have access to malls to no malls.
No malls whatsoever. Quite funny actually too, because in high school you would see people move in high school. So obviously by this time I've spent a few years here, still loved it, but people would come in high school and they would just freeze up. They wouldn't know what to do. They had such a problem assimilating into the Hicks and the Sticks. That was us, and we were proud of it. So when they were looking for something to do during lunch, and we were about 4x and climbing mountains and driving through snowdrifts and all that, they were looking for the mall, and unfortunately they were lost.
It's just amazing to think like how much Tehachapi has grown, just in the last 20 years. Yeah.
Very much so.
Oh, yeah.
Great place to raise my family. We came back up here after college just to make sure that our kids had that same experience that my wife and I did growing up as well. So they grew up in the small town and moved themselves on out and found their own small towns.
Well, before we wrap up, is there anything else that you would like to speak on that we might not have asked you about?
I've got one little plug just because it's an exciting program that we just launched. It hasn't been here forever. I've been doing this for 32 years, and I've never had direct access to a loan program like this. It's for medical professionals. And so what this new loan that offers for medical professionals is 100% financing, up to $2 million for somebody that's fresh out of school, that has a lot of student loan debt. It has no mortgage insurance, even though we're doing 100% financing. So there's a lot of great perks for somebody that we feel very confident has a long trajectory of upward income potential, which then translates into low risk. So why not take that risk, get somebody into a home today, even though they might have a little bit too much student loan debt in their own minds, we can still try to get them housing. So it's a great, great program. There's a lot of nuances to it. So I encourage anybody to reach out and get those details. But medical professionals, even down to the veterinary, the vets and the doctors of veterinary medicine can find access to this. So it's a great, great new program.
That's awesome.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I'm so glad I asked.
There you go. And I appreciate the little tee up there. I swung away. Wow.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, and we'll be back after a few messages. Claire, we have a little update on chamber business.
Yes, we are jumping into June. We have some really, really fun events coming up that are grand openings, ribbon cuttings. We have the Wind Festival coming up, and a few things to keep people in tune while we get closer to the summer. On May 29th, Off Grid Creations is doing their grand opening, and they are located in Old Town off of South Street, and they offer screen printing of anything you could possibly want. They're going to have D'Lo Brown coming, who's a WWE legend. He'll be there signing autographs and telling stories and telling people all about his career. There's going to be food, there's going to be giveaways, there's going to be fun, there's going to be music. So it's going to be a party on May 29th at 5 p.m. at 20360 West Valley Boulevard. On June 5th, Merchant Ships Decor is doing their grand opening, and they're opening up right down here downtown where Country Real Estate was, right across the street from House of Wax and Nanette Keller and all of those favorites. They're going to be opening June 5th at 5 p.m. They have beautiful indoor home decor of, all kinds to fit any home, and they also have a few bits of apparel in there as well. On June 13th, we have the Wind and Kite Festival, which we have been looking forward to so much. This is in conjunction with the Tehachapi Valley Parks and Recreation. They will be doing a movie night that night where they'll be playing Space Jam, and the Golden Hills Community Services District, they are going to be having a partners event as well. So it's an opportunity to get to know everyone in our community, including our firefighters, our policemen, our SWAT teams, and even our heroes flying helicopters. Saracoso Community College is the main sponsor for this event, and they will be giving out gifts for high school graduates. And then we are so thankful for Sim Sanitation, Terrigen, AES, the Loop Newspaper, Little Entertainment, Major Plumbing, Valley Strong, and the Tehachapi Amateur Radio Group, who will be helping us with parking. This is a free event. There's going to be free kites for everybody, all kinds of fun vendors, food, family fun, bounce houses, face painting, food trucks, everything you could think of. So please come on out to Meadowbrook Park on June 13th from noon to 6. July 4th is coming up, and we are helping the city of Tehachapi with their parade. So please make sure that you get signed up to be a part of the parade. If you would like to have a float or walk or be a part of it, everyone is welcome, but there is a hard deadline to get your application into the chamber by June 22nd. So please, you can email it at chamber@tehachapi.com. You can give us a call, 661-822-4180. You can hop on our website to learn more, tehachapi.com. On July 22nd, we'll be doing a summer mixer luau for our businesses at Wingfoot House in Stallion Springs. And it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for our businesses to mix, mingle, relax, and have a wonderful time just taking a load off. And we do know Mountain Festival is coming up fast, and we are selling out of our vendor spaces very, very quickly. We already have a waiting list of 10 different vendors for food trucks, and we only have a few spaces left for the arts and crafts vendors and commercial vendors. So if you have a business and you would like to be a part, or you're part of an organization, please reach out and let me know ASAP so I can send you an application and we can get you in. We have a couple new members that I would like to welcome to the chamber. We have McKinley Real Estate Group, Mountain Coffee House, the Ranch Bar and Grill, and River Sage Revival Mental Health Organization. We're so excited to welcome all of these wonderful members and be in their corner and support them however we can.
Excited to see you guys at the meetings.
Yes.
All right, Claire, we have a couple new guests in the studio with us, don't we?
Yes, we do. I'm very excited to introduce Marcos Tremarco and Brian Emenheiser.
Hello.
Hello.
How are we doing, guys?
Doing fantastic. Yeah.
So I heard that you guys are opening a restaurant. Is that true?
It is. It is.
We are moving into the Big Papa's spot, and we're going to step it up, and it's now going to be called the Ranch Bar and Grill.
Fantastic.
The Ranch Bar and Grill. I know there's been a lot of whisperings out there, and everybody's been very excited and wanting to learn more. And so it's so exciting to have you guys here in the studio to give a little bit of background and what brought you up here and what everybody can look forward to.
Well, thank you for that. We're very excited to be here, and thank you for having us here.
So tell us a little bit about what brought you to Tehachapi. Why start a restaurant here? I mean, obviously, amazing spot, but what made you guys come up?
Well, that's a great question. We're looking for something to do restaurant-wise, bar-wise, and I've always loved Tehachapi, and I felt like I never got up here enough. We came up here and kind of started doing a little bit of research and decided, this would be the place to be. The more I know I speak for the both of us. The more we come up here, the more we fall in love with the town. I want to be a native. I got kids in school down below, but we'll see how we can work around that. But if we can find somewhere to either rent or buy, kind of stay out here.
If only we knew like a mortgage lender to send you guys to.
I mean, true. We're just talking with someone who could help with that.
I'm trying to remember that guy's name.
Right.
So what kind of we say bar and grill, but what can we expect?
Well, the way the menu is going to be, we're going to be steaks and burgers, and have a couple of pasta dishes. And
American-based cowboy-type menu.
I dig it.
Yep.
Yeah, that brawn, steak, cowboy burger, spicy pasta. Yeah.
When you're starting a new business, when you're building it up, you're going to need staff, right?
Yes.
So what are you guys doing in order to staff up for your launch coming up?
Yeah, we actually have a hiring fair. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
On the 27th. I think that's a Wednesday.
27th, 28th, and
29th.
29th. That's right.
And we're going to have a bunch of slots to fill, hopefully with some eager local workers. Right. And we have we have a team coming up. Going to do some interviews and
it's going to be fun.
And it's such a nice place to work too, because let's say that you don't have a car, you also have that Antelope Run bike path that goes all the way from Warrior Park, wraps around, goes past Cherry Lane, goes past Valley, and then hits essentially right into your front yard.
Great.
Awesome.
Which is just absolutely perfect. A potential candidate already calling.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The podcast is working. My goodness, that was fast.
You are quick.
The chamber is really excited to be promoting this event, and we have a lot of people in the community who are excited about an opportunity like this, especially to work with a new restaurant and promote your food and your entertainment. I know you have a lot of plans for entertainment that are unique.
Yes, we do. And, I want to touch on that. We have been welcomed into the city of Tehachapi by the city, by Clare, by Corey, by Jeanette, by pretty much everybody. And it's been almost overwhelming. It's been so wonderful. And I wanted to thank you, Claire, for all your work and your effort and the welcoming and everybody else. Like I mentioned, even Claudia at the Loop, we're going to do something with her as well. We're going to try to get involved with everybody as much as possible. We're really excited to be up here, and we don't want to let anybody down. So thank you for the support.
Oh, thank you. We're excited.
Yes, I think we all are.
Yes, but I've also heard that there might be a mechanical bull.
Oh, we're letting the bird out of the cage early, aren't we? Yeah, we're gonna have a mechanical bull. We're working out the details for that right now. Insurance is good with it. The city is good with it. So I think that's gonna be a full-on green light.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. People are going to be excited about that.
Oh, absolutely. It's called the ranch after all.
Right?
Yeah.
What's a ranch without a bull?
Exactly.
All right, Nick. Well, I'm challenging you.
Oh, no.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness. I'm going to fly through a window or something. Your insurance is no, not anyone else can ride, but not Nick. Nah, keep that
Well,
guy
you're
out
in
of
luck
that.
on the window thing because it's going to be on the patio. We're converting the patio into outside seating and the bowl in the middle. So
Oh, thank goodness.
yeah, so you'll be good.
Okay.
We'll make sure we have plenty of pads.
There we go.
There we go.
How fun. Well, I know everyone is very excited, and you've been so exuberant about, being a part of this community, reaching out and touching base with everyone, and then investing in this community in a lot of different ways, and investing in our events. You guys are a Silver Mine sponsor for the Mountain Festival and a industry leader with the Chamber of Commerce. And so you're not even open, and you're already 100% invested and involved. And that just really goes to show, how excited we are to see you and to see what comes next.
Right. Well, we wanted to be involved right from the get-go, and I think we've shown that motivation that we have to be involved. There's lots of stuff we're going to do. The way, Brian said it best when he said, this is Tehachapi's bar. We're just running it and bringing it back to the city. So I think that was very well said. By the way, Brian, it stuck with me. Mm-hmm. But we're going to do events. We want to do at least one event a month. We want to bring American muscle cars. We want to bring motocross. We want to bring lowriders. We want to bring truck shows, lifted truck shows. There's everything we want to do. We're eager to get started, but over time, we'll eventually hopefully do at least one, if not two events a month. That'll give somebody to come out and enjoy your Saturdays, especially with the summer coming around the corner, and see what we can put together for everybody.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to have things that we don't even know about yet.
Which I'm excited about.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll have to have you guys back to talk about all of those events coming up.
Yep.
Yes. I know
That'd be great.
Tehachapi's excited and grateful, and you have that wonderful stage that you're working on too,
Right.
and I can just see music, from all over coming over to play.
Ooh, a stage. Is that an internal stage or a patio stage?
It's going to be an inside bar.
Yeah?
We're working on some live bands to come in, and we'll do some karaoke nights. We'll throw the public up on stage and see what everybody's about. You won't see me up there.
No?
No, he's
Yeah,
pretty
we'll
good
see.
though. I heard you. I heard
Absolutely
you, Carrie.
not.
I heard your wife's pretty good though.
It depends on how many beers. And then it's possible, maybe,
There you go.
be backup singer.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward to enjoying some steak and asparagus and potatoes and a little bit of libation. I'm an enjoyer of a Pilsner, and I think
Perfect.
it'll be a great spot to quench that thirst.
Well, we appreciate it, and we look forward to having you over there.
Right on.
Where can people follow you on social media if they want to,
Sure.
find out all these details?
Sure. The website is up. There's no information quite yet on it, but there will be soon. We have Facebook, the Ranch Bar and Grill, TikTok, and there's also Instagram. So you can look us up and follow us, and details as far as job fair, grand opening, events will all be posted.
Wonderful.
Rock and roll.
It's coming
So
fast.
exciting. Yes, right around the corner.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on Tehachapod.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
You've been listening to Tehachapod. If you have a question, a thought, or a suggestion, email media@tehachapicityhall.com. We'll catch you again soon, right here on Tehachapod.